For more on this story, we're pleased to welcome Runa Khan. She is the executive director of Friendship Bangladesh Humanitarian Organization. Thank you for being with us here on France 24.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm very glad to be able to speak about the Rohingyas today with you.
A lot of semantics regarding this Pope. What do you think of the fact that he held off using the R word, Rohingya, while he was in Burma, but is now used it on the second day of his trip to Bangladesh?
I think if he had come to Bangladesh first and he had visited the camps, I think he would have used the word Rohingya, perhaps. I understand, and I think we all understand, that he is a man who is revered all over the world. And for me too, he is one of the greatest leaders that we've had. And of course, we were disappointed that he did not use the word Rohingyas. It's because I think if you have been in the camps, if you had seen what is happening, all other thoughts would be wiped off from your head, except the incredible amount of inhumanism that has been done.
But his own clergy said, don't use it while you're in Burma, because there'll be a boomerang effect, and there'll be even more of a crackdown on the Rohingya still there.
Yes, that would be that might be, and it could also be that it would also be on the Christian communities. It could have been on the. It is already on the Hindu Rohingyas. We also have Hindu Rohingyas who have come into Bangladesh. So it is true that we were disappointed that he did not use the word Rohingya, but we all understand. But I think seeing the conditions of the Rohingyas, I think it has come out in Bangladesh. It has been a disappointment for all of us, I think. But we do understand that a leader very often needs to not only put forward what he feels, but also what is needed for the betterment of the people that he's serving. And I'm sure that is the decision he made. Now, but it has been disappointing, yes.
Now, the crackdown, the exodus began back in August. Now it's December.
Yes.
Countries that have really spearheaded efforts to help those hundreds of thousands that are in Bangladesh are, well, there's the UN, but there's mainly Muslim countries. We've seen Turkey, we've seen Indonesia, we've seen countries like this. The Pope being in Bangladesh today, is it going to make it beyond being a sort of a confessional issue to a certain degree?
Yes, because, this action is, I think when you say that it's only on the Muslims, when you put a tag name of Muslims, or you put ethnic cleansing, it brings it down to one subject. But it's what is being done to them is beyond Muslims or ethnic cleansing. It's inhumanity. And I think that is above, that is affecting everyone, whichever caste you are, whatever creed you are, whatever ethnicity you come from. And it's inhumanism that has been committed on them. I mean, you open a tent, there are 20 women, you find most of them raped. You open another tent face, you look inside, and then you see there are women who are shivering because the children has been caught in front of them and put into the fire or killed. You go through this tent after tent after tent of 600,000 people, 700,000 people. Then you tell me what does the term religion mean and what does the term ethnicity mean? The inhumanity of it all is just devastating. I mean, you go there and you cry. And then you just put a title to it of ethnic cleansing or religion. Is not enough.
What do the people you've spoken to there want to do? Do they want to stay for the time being in Bangladesh, or do they want to go home?
Right now, they're shivering. That's what they're doing. They're just shivering of the fright and of the trauma that they have gone through and the persecution they've gone through. Homeland is a very strong thing. The soil of your land is very strong. I think each Rohingya, if you tell them that they will be secured in their homeland, they will go back. But, you walk through a camp, you see a dearth of youth, young boys between 13 and 30. Hardly you come across any. Where are they? Where are they? You see old women, you see children, you see babies. So where is this group of young boys? And they are the fathers, they are the sons, and they are brothers of those people. So you tell me, when you go back to that homeland again of yours, which you love, because they cry for that homeland, what is the security you need to go back? You will need that security. that it will not happen again and again and again.
So what should the international community do at this time? Because you're talking about two things here, aren't you? We're talking about the urgency of helping the people that you've met with,
absolutely,
but also the longer term security.
Yes.
So what should the UN be doing exactly?
I think we need to step back and try to think a little bit about what has happened. And what is the reality? The reality is that whole area is being cleansed out. Mankind's greed for land, territory, uranium, and pipelines and fear of what can happen leads you to no action. So action needs to be taken today on Myanmar so that this doesn't happen again. So no more crossover, because every day between 2,000 to 20,000 people are still coming in. So something is happening, and that has to be stopped. Stop that first, and then we talk about what are the terms in which these people are going to go. And it's not the question of whether they're Bengalis or they're white, black, pink, blue, green. It doesn't matter. They all feel, and they all cry, and they're all hungry. And I think the world has a responsibility. We have to stop asking why it has been done. It doesn't have any answer. Why? Why are you raped? Why are hundreds of thousands of women raped? Why are hundreds and thousands of children killed? There is no answer to that, So we need to think a little more broadly, understand, really face reality. We all understand it, why it's happening.
And in Bangladesh itself, there's pressure to play identity politics. So how's the government handled it?
Initially, of course, the government was really hoping that it would stop. The onslaught would stop. People would not be persecuted. And perhaps then they would not come in. But it didn't stop. And once it didn't stop, I think I admire the Bengalis and the nation of Bangladesh and the way that we have dealt with them. I have such deep admiration, and it grows. 300,000 refugees came into a continent like Europe in 1 year. A small little country like Bangladesh, flooded all the time, 1/4 the size of France, with 160 million population, poor. We have had 300,000 coming in 1 month and continues to come. And you go to the camp, you see the camp, there is discipline. With the UN organization, the Bangladesh army, there's not only discipline, there is food being given to them. Everyone, from the individual to the NGOs, to the international bodies, they are all trying. But it needs to be more.
It needs to be a lot more.
There has to be a lot more. What do you do for making one group of toilets for 20,000 people? It's really, really difficult. The amounts are mind-boggling. And it's not only that it has come over time, it has come so suddenly. The green belt of Bangladesh has gone back 3 to 5 kilometers. We are hardly a country which can afford it. Areas have been cleaned out. Tomorrow if there is a storm, there's going to be landslides, there's going to be disaster. We need to face it and do something about it now.
All right. Runa Khan, Executive Director of Friendship Bangladesh, thanks so much for being with us.